Hi Leo, welcome to my channel, The Fool's Journey Tarot. This is a general love reading for the sign of Leo for the upcoming week in February. If you're brand new to my channel, thank you for joining me. Everything that you need to know about this video and the reading is in the description box below. If you are a returning viewer, thank you for coming back. I appreciate your support. For everybody watching, I want to remind you that because this is a general reading, it can pertain to anything, including relationship situations, circumstances, family, friends, romance, co-workers, enemies, you name it, it might apply. Also, be flexible with the energy. You may feel like I'm reading for you, but you could also potentially feel like you're cross-watching for somebody that you're dealing with. My intention is always to reach the people that need this message the most and that will benefit the most from the message. So take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. Okay, Leo? So we're going to get started. I want to give this deck one more shuffle, a cut, and we'll see what's going on with you guys for this upcoming week in February. Here we go. We're going to start off with the Four of Pentacles, paired with the Hanged Man. We have the Hermit, the Queen of Swords, the Devil in reverse, the King of Wands in reverse, the King of Swords in reverse, and the Nine of Wands in reverse. So right off the bat, we have at least two energies on the table, Leo. Queen of Swords, King of Wands, King of Swords, both in reverse. So I feel like you're in a state of rest right now. You might be feeling stuck or feeling like you need to stay put, maybe need to think clearly or gain some insight regarding a situation, maybe relationship or circumstance that you're dealing with. I don't feel like you're making any moves right now. I do feel like this probably pertains to a relationship. What kind, I'm not sure yet. So we have a Queen of Swords on the table, Leo, and at least at this point in time, I feel like this could be you, but I might change my mind. The Queen of Swords is somebody who's a very clear thinker, who stands her ground. She is all about honesty. She can see through a lie a mile away. This is somebody who is a blunt communicator, somebody who tells it like it is. Some people might consider her kind of a cold energy, but that's because she doesn't mince her words. Sometimes this can indicate a single individual. It is a feminine energy, but I want to remind all of my viewers to be flexible and don't be concerned about the gender of the cards. Males can embody this type of energy as well. This person right now, I feel, is in, like I said, a state of rest or maybe seeking some answers, some insight into a situation, maybe before making a move or a decision or before communicating. With the Four of Pentacles, Hanged Man in your underlying energy, I do feel like this is you. Then we have a King of Wands, King of Swords on the table, both in reverse. So the King of Wands in reverse can be an individual who is misusing his position or place of power. This can be somebody who in the upright is a natural born leader, somebody that other people look to for guidance. In the reverse, this can be somebody who has given up his power or is misusing it. This can be somebody who has anger issues. He's paired with the Devil in reverse, so this could be somebody who's dealing with some shadow energy right now. I feel like this is the person you're dealing with. At this point in time, I think the King of Swords might also represent him. And the King of Swords, in a similar fashion to the King of Wands, is somebody who can be a little bit abusive in nature, especially with his words and communication. This is a highly intelligent individual, but uses his skills and abilities in manipulative ways. He can be very cutting and cruel with his words. Similar to the Queen of Swords, he doesn't mess around with how he communicates. He's straight to the point, but in the reverse, this person, again, knows he has a way with communication and can get through to people, but this person can be very brutal in nature. So let's get some more cards on the table, Leo, and see what else we can get for you. We have the Lovers, Nine of Swords in reverse, Nine of Cups in reverse, the High Priestess, it's clarifying the Queen, Four of Swords, Ten of Cups in reverse, the Star, and the Nine of Wands in the upright position, clarifying the Nine of Wands in reverse. So I feel like there may have been some conflict between you and this other person, this king. I think that you both kind of are separate right now, maybe thinking about a situation that may have occurred in the recent past. This does feel like a significant relationship with the Lovers out here on the table, and I feel like it's something you're thinking about, maybe trying to think about how you can hang on to this relationship. I think that whatever's going on between the two of you, it's causing you some significant anxiety. You might be thinking about it a lot. It might be on your mind 24/7 is what I'm getting. I feel like this Queen is very... Sylvester, what do you need? Come here. You don't need to start meowing now in the background, making external noise, so just calm down. The cat's over here meowing because his dad went to work. I think this Queen of Swords is very intuitive. I think she has a very clear understanding of what's going on, or maybe even things that are not being said. This King of Wands is very unhappy right now. He's feeling dissatisfied, maybe disappointed. And again, with this Four of Swords out here, clarifying the Devil in reverse, he might be working through things or trying to come to terms with maybe something that's happened or some communication that's been had. I'm confused a little bit with this King of Swords because he's got the Star card out here, which the Star can be a very positive card, indicating hope, wish fulfillment, that kind of thing. So he too might be thinking about whether or not to let things go or carry on and continue the fight. I get this feeling like there was some kind of fight or battle or conflict with this Nine of Wands out here. And it feels like he might be considering, do I let this go, or should I keep going? Should I keep fighting? He's in some very shadowy energy, this king, and I do feel it's the same person, but I might change my mind. Let's get some more cards out here, Leo. We have the Four of Cups. The Ten of Wands in reverse. Six of Wands. The Four of Wands in reverse. Temperance in reverse. Seven of Cups in reverse. Page of Wands in reverse. And the Emperor. So this king right now feels like he may have felt like he held a position of power or had some kind of control regarding a situation. And it looks like he might be considering giving that up or releasing control, letting something go, because it's not making him happy. He feels imbalanced. He feels like things are not working out for him. Something tells me that this queen, while this is an uncomfortable situation or connection between these two people, that somehow the fact that things aren't working out might be a good thing. Things are unstable between these two energies, but somehow that might be the direction where things need to go. I feel like maybe there's been some things between these two people, some conflict, or maybe some things that haven't been spoken or said or communicated between these two. Maybe there's been problems, but it's just kind of been shrugged off or ignored because you two are trying to hang on to this relationship. So maybe conflict hasn't been confronted head on. And at this point in time, it looks like it may have come to a head, or there's something indicating that both parties are trying to determine what the best move is at this point in time regarding this relationship. Let's get another round of cards out here, Leo, and see what else is up. So we have Judgment in reverse. The Four of Cups, this time in reverse. The Knight of Swords in reverse. There's the High Priestess again, clarifying the High Priestess. This Queen of Swords is highly intuitive. You have an understanding, a deeper understanding of what's going on here, Leo, than you might be letting on. You might be even hanging on to some secrets, but I think you're unsure at the same time. I think that you're still kind of questioning what your next move is, or what's going on within this relationship, but you are highly intuitive. There's Temperance again, Temperance in reverse again for this King of Wands. Page of Cups. Three of Pentacles in reverse. And the Ace of Swords in reverse. I think this king he's not necessarily keeping something from you, but it feels like he's trying to keep you in the dark regarding something. Maybe he's not being very clear with his communication, or maybe he's not communicating at all. This King of Swords could indicate that he has decided to clam up or to keep something to himself. I get the feeling that this king is trying to control a situation by how he communicates, or how little or how much he communicates, or what he communicates. I feel like he's trying to pull one over on Leo over here. He's trying to pull the wool over your eyes, but Leo is having none of it. Leo, you seem to have a very clear understanding of what's going on here, and I think that's what's got this king so riled up, is he knows that you know. Like, I think he's been trying, I think there's a certain amount of deception going on here. And by that I mean it could be flat out lying, or it could be that this king is trying to keep something from you to maintain a certain position of power, or to maintain a level of control. At this point in time, I feel like and I think it's more on Leo's side than it is on this king's, that you're trying to determine whether or not this relationship is worth hanging on to, or whether you should be even bothering with this at this point in time. Is it even worth it for you to hang on to it? Because I do feel like you might be considering releasing this, letting it go. That maybe this relationship has been more of a burden to you than it's been a positive thing in your life. I think that whatever's going on between the two of you, it's had you in your head for quite a while. And you might be hanging on to this relationship for some other reason. This potentially could be like a work relationship, for example. Maybe this king is your boss. So there's ulterior motives for hanging on to this relationship. It doesn't feel romantic to me, but it definitely feels like a significant relationship to me. And again, possibly one you're hanging on to for some other reason other than, you know, because this person's good for you, or because you want them in your life. Or it almost feels like it's just been one of those things where this person's not in your life by choice. They're just there because they're there. Again, it could be like a boss or a family member, someone that is in your life, not because you set out to connect with this person or have a relationship with them, but because they have to be, or they just are by default, that type of thing, Leo. We've got some hail coming out of the sky right now. That's kind of unusual. Big chunks making a lot of noise on my car. Okay, here we go. So we've got the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. There's the King of Swords again in reverse. The Magician in reverse. The Seven of Cups again in reverse. Queen of Wands. The Ten of Wands again in reverse. The Hangman again, this time in reverse. And the Moon in reverse. So, hang on, I'm getting ready to sneeze. It's going to go away. you know, I would rather just sneeze than it crawl back up my nose, because then it's going to come out at one of those times when you least expect it. Okay, so we have a Queen of Wands out here. I do feel like this is you as well. So the Queen of Wands, and she is paired with this King of Wands in reverse. The Queen of Wands is somebody who is also very ambitious, very creative, somebody who could potentially be very outgoing, somebody who goes out and gets what she wants. This can be somebody who's very attractive, somebody who's very social, somebody who's not afraid of a challenge, can take charge of something and run with it, is, again, very ambitious and very positive, creative energy. And this king right now is thinking about this person, and I think you both have this 10 of Wands in reverse, indicating that you might both be considering releasing this relationship. I don't know why, but this king is unhappy in this relationship, and he's keeping something from you. We have the Moon in reverse, we have the Magician out here in reverse. This can indicate somebody who is a manipulator, somebody who's a bit of a trickster, somebody who plays games. And I think this person is trying to intimidate you or instill some fear or make you feel like you're lower than them in rank, that kind of thing. And I think that he's fighting to keep something to himself or to keep you in the dark regarding something. Again, I'm not getting necessarily details on what this kind of relationship is. It could be a working relationship. It could be a romantic relationship, although it doesn't feel that way, but it could be. And it just feels like both of you are considering letting go of this relationship, but for two different reasons. This person, I feel, is a very cruel and calculating individual. And if you are this king, by the way, if this reading is resonating, you can be either the queen or the king. You decide what makes sense to you. But this king's energy, you have the King of Swords out here twice, and this king is playing mind games. This king is basically fucking around with Leo. I'm just reading the cards. I'm not trying to throw shade, but I'm not getting real positive energy from this individual. This king is represented by the King of Swords twice, the Magician in reverse twice, and the King of Wands in reverse. And that's some pretty shadowy energy. This is somebody who feels very deceptive and cruel and calculating to me. And I feel like this king is playing mind games or keeping something from you or trying to keep you in your place, because I think this queen, Leo, I feel like there's something about you that this king is intimidated by, and it could be this. It could be that you know more than you're letting on, and this king knows that you know. Maybe you found out something about this person, and this king knows that you know something about them that could potentially hurt them in some way. Perhaps their position or, whatever. These cards won't cooperate with me. But I think that this relationship is becoming a bit unstable because this king knows that you know more than maybe you're letting on. And that, again, there's something here about this relationship not necessarily being something either one of you has chosen, but because it just happens to be a relationship that has to be. Again, someone who's in your life because they have to be in your life. A boss, supervisor, a family member, maybe a mutual friend of another friend, mutual friend of another friend. I don't know if that makes sense. You know what I mean. I think this king is, again, I'm getting the feeling the star card could indicate this king is threatened by you. There's something about him wanting to release this relationship or give up on it, because I think this king is threatened by you, Leo. That's the biggest message I'm getting. And I don't know why, except for the fact that I think that you could be potentially very talented, or you could have these natural abilities that intimidates this king, or that, you know, he could be the type of person that gets away with crap because he is very highly intelligent, so he can, you know, pull the wool over people's eyes and get away with shit because he knows he's smarter than other people around him, that kind of thing. But he can't get away with that crap with Leo because you're smarter than him or more talented than him or more capable than him, but he doesn't like that, Leo. And that's what I'm getting more than anything, is that he is intimidated by you. I'm going to take this card right here. So we have Heaven and Earth. This is one of these balance cards, number 11. These are the page cards. They don't have the same meanings as the traditional Waite tarot deck. I haven't pulled this one, I think, ever. If I have, it's been a really long time. These meetings tend to be a little bit long, but we're running good on time. It's only 26 minutes, Leo. So I'm going to read this from the book and see if we can't get any more clarity regarding what's going on here. Heaven and Earth, this is the Earth card. So this would be the Page of Pentacles if it were the regular traditional tarot deck. And the Page of Pentacles is all about someone who is making an offer, or somebody who, an entrepreneur, somebody who's starting off brand new in a new endeavor or new career, that kind of thing, or starting to do some research, just kind of that beginner's mindset mentality, that kind of thing, starting something new. So let's see what this one has to say. This one's about a page and a half. It's not that long. Here we go, Leo. The 11 of Earth is a balancing and realignment card. It suggests it is now time to keep yourself centered and in harmony with the world around you by banishing the illusion of separation. You are a spiritual being, a soul living in a physical body in order to experience and learn from life. You are here to learn from those experiences in order to grow and evolve. It is important to integrate and ground your belief in a higher power or the intangible here on the physical plane. Know that Spirit, the divine, dwells in all things of earth, sky, and water. Honor Spirit here on earth. To be spiritual does not necessarily require that you pray or follow a particular religious path. Spirituality is about connection. It is about taking a moment to watch a sunrise or sunset and to know at your center that you are a part of something larger than your own life. It is about believing in more than what your senses experience. It is about believing in the mysterious, inexplicable, and unknowable. It is about nurturing and honoring your personal relationship with the land beneath your feet and heavens above. Humanity and nature have a symbiotic relationship. We are dependent upon the world in which we live for our very survival. When we harm the planet, we do harm to humanity. It is important to establish a balanced and harmonious relationship with nature by living a life that has less impact, one that places fewer demands on the environment. Instead of claiming space as your own, remember that you share it and do what you can to coexist with the flora and fauna that were there before you. Integrate nature into your home environment. It is important to know and understand how to live in accordance with the seasons and cycles, and how each animal and plant serves an important role in maintaining the stability of the ecosystems in which they dwell. To destroy one can lead to the destruction of the whole. It is also important to see that magic exists in all and everything. For example, the mundane act of house cleaning can shift and alter the energy within the house and transform the environment in which you dwell. This act has an influence beyond the space around you. It affects your emotional and mental state as well, as a cluttered and disorganized house or workspace can give rise to a cluttered and disorganized mind that is unable to focus. Mathematical patterns, the Fibonacci sequence, for example, can be found hidden in the natural world within the shapes of shells, flowers, pine cones, and even the human womb. They are also visible in the way tree branches grow in the shape of a hurricane when viewed from above. It can be said that the ordinary is magical and that magic is quite ordinary. To work magic is a simple process of creating and focusing energy with intent, which means that everything you do with intent, from adding a string of numbers to making a nice dinner for friends, is an act of making magic. When defining the material as the physical world in which we dwell, and the immaterial as the world we cannot see, the 11 of Earth addresses the importance of seeing them as being a part of a singular whole. So, hopefully you got something out of that card, Leo. When I was reading it, the one thing I was thinking of was these two High Priestesses cards that came out, clarifying this Queen of Swords energy, which I feel is you again. I feel that you are highly intuitive, intelligent, and very good at whatever it is that you do. And you may have a spiritual connection or intuitive connection to spirit that puts you in a position of being someone who, for example, can see through deceit, can see through lies, can see through the people around you who manipulate, who are abusive in nature because they take advantage of others using the skills, intelligence, or abilities that they have. But this king, I feel, look at this energy that he's embodying. This king, I feel, is somebody who is intimidated by you and may feel like he has met his match, because Leo is not going to put up with this kind of crap. You can see through this, Leo. And you may have been kind of sitting back and kind of keeping quiet and laying low and not ruffling this person's feathers. But whatever happened recently between the two of you, or if things have built over time, this is something, in my sense, this is a situation where there's a boiling point happening between the two of you, and Leo is winning. I don't know that you even have to say anything or do anything, because this king knows that he can't do to you what he's done to other people. That's what I've got from this reading. So both parties, I feel, are looking at releasing the other, but for different reasons. And Leo, keep playing the game you're playing. Keep doing what you're doing. Stay true to yourself. Stay connected. Maybe go out for a nature walk and talk to your spirit guides, because they're talking to you right now, and they're keeping you on the straight and narrow, and they're keeping you on the high road. And that's what's keeping you in the position that you're in, without stating that you're in a position of power. You are in a position of power right now over this person who is dwelling in some really toxic energy right now. So I'm going to leave this here, Leo. I hope that this reading gave you something to walk away with. I hope it gave you some clarity. So I want to thank you for watching. If it did resonate, you can like, subscribe, leave a comment if you'd like. That would be great too. Thank you so much for joining me, Leo, and I hope I see you again soon. Bye.